Hey everyone, happy Friday. I finally got to go outside for a few minutes because it finally stopped raining. I wanted to do a video about all the cars that I have sitting around here. The name of my channel is No Car Left Behind, but it seems like all I work on is a dragster. And as I show you my cars, it's going to seem a lot like they've all been left behind because all I do is work on a stupid dragster. So let me show you a few. We'll start at the back, work our way up. So let's check these out. This is a 1958 Case 310, and believe it or not, as bad as it looks, it runs like a top. The only thing that doesn't work on this tractor is the curl on the loader broke, and I haven't had a chance to fix it yet. PTO works, 3-point works, runs great, has absolutely no real problems. It's a real nice old tractor. It's just ugly because it sits outside. This is, and I'm ashamed to say it, my grandfather's truck. I put it back here a few years back because brake fluid runs out as fast as you pour it in. The wiring is an absolute disaster, and it got passed around to numerous family members who knew nothing about cars, and it's quite a mess. I did get it running and used it for a few years, but it honestly needs a full restoration, and that's probably not something I'm going to get to till at least I get retired. So it runs, it starts up and runs, it just doesn't stop, and literally nothing works because of the wiring. And yes, this is a real radar trailer. I did not steal it. I bought it at an auction. I was originally going to build a small trailer for the dragster, but I decided to go a different route. What this is going to become is a drag and drive trailer. This is a 1970 Veseli Sierra Trail Boss 6x6. And I have the transmissions, I have a bunch of stuff for it, but I do not have an engine for it. And this is for sale. Anybody wants a Trail Boss 6x6. The one thing that does make it somewhat valuable is I actually have a clean title in my name. So if you were to get this running, you could take it to a legit ORV park and not get in any trouble. So $400, come and get it. And speaking of drag and drive, this is my 1979 Ford Fairmont wagon. It presently has a straight six automatic, and it's a slug, but it's a pretty clean old car. I have not found a single rust bubble anywhere in it. It's a really solid car. This is going to get, at the expense of getting a lot of abuse, this is going to get a big block Chevy and a Turbo 400 and probably a gear vendors. This is going to be the drag and drive car. Again, probably have to wait till I retire before I tear into it, but that's the plan. This is my 1987 Lincoln Continental. It has 68,000 original miles on it. I bought it with a bad transmission, and got the transmission fixed, had it rebuilt, put it back in, and 8,000 miles later, it started leaking out of the bell housing. So I get to pull the transmission back out of it. It's an amazingly clean car. The interior is pretty much spotless. It just floats down the highway. It's a really nice driving car. It is sold. As soon as I get it fixed, give it a bath, a friend of mine is going to pick it up. Behind that is a 1984 Ford E350 decommissioned ambulance. This thing runs like a top, drives great. I think the only thing that doesn't work are the turn signals. Not a bad rig. Unfortunately, the paperwork. I bought it from some people and all I got was a notarized bill of sale. So it gets to go through the state patrol. And if you've tried to do that recently, you'll know that during COVID, we lost 300 state troopers, and a lot of them were the inspectors. So it's a pretty cool old rig, though. It's got a 460 and a C6, compartments throughout, and it's a legit ambulance. It's using it for storage right now. Let's see if I can open enough. Open it up. There we go. You can see there's 500 lights on the ceiling, and places for oxygen bottles, and all sorts of crazy stuff. But the plan for this was originally to use it for storage at our property. I told myself I didn't want to take it there until I got it inspected. And then after COVID, it just turned into a ordeal trying to get an appointment. So hopefully they'll fix that and we can get some inspection going and I can run it through there. It really doesn't have any problems. It runs and drives pretty good. Plan B on it was to make a small RV, kind of a race rig. Put all the tools and equipment and stuff in the side compartments and put a little bed and a porta potty and a fridge and a TV. And this is a 1967 Datsun RL 411 Triple S. It's all original. It has 96,000 miles. It runs. Unfortunately, the last time I took it out for a drive, something happened with the rear brakes. And if you know anything about these cars, they're just a nightmare to find parts for. So what I'm going to probably do is try and retrofit something else on it. I just haven't got to it like all the others. But I do manage to keep it safe and warm. It's a pretty cool old car. And it has, most of these cars came with a 60 horsepower 1200. This being the, what they call the super sports sedan. These came with a, let's see if I can get that open here. These came with a 96 horsepower dual carb 1600. It's basically the same engine as the Roadsters, the 1600 Roadsters. So it's a really fun car to drive when the rear brakes aren't falling apart on me. Back here stuffed in the corner is a 63 Datsun NL320 sport truck. It has a 60 horsepower 1200 and a 4-speed on the column, which I thought was really cool. If you look, it's like Datsun's answer to an El Camino. It's a unibody. So this is, I believe, number 270 of 1,000 made. So pretty rare truck. Again, retirement project. all I've really managed to do is keep it out of the weather in the 10 years that I've had it. It does run, and the cab is absolutely packed with new parts, all brake parts, clutch parts, new radiator. There's a new windshield sitting on top of it. It needs a full restoration, but it's got awesome patina. So it will probably just get a mechanical restoration, and then I'll just drive it like that. This is my 1976 Datsun 280Z. This is a car I've been drag racing. Oh, I think I've been running this one since about 2014. But a little over a year ago, the transmission took a crap on me. So we've had some problems with the transmission. We think we have it sorted out now, but I haven't had a chance to put the transmission in because all I do is work on dragsters. It has a 408 cubic inch small block Chevy. It's just a 40 over 400 with 350 rods and a fairly mild comp cam. I think it's the 236 duration at 50. I can't remember what the lift is. High 400s, low 500s. Air gap intake, block hugger headers. I made all the mounts, made the cross member from scratch. Just pieced her together years and years ago. But it runs 1160s, 1150s when it's feeling good. It's kind of a mess. The interior is actually all original, but the driver's seat's pretty tore up. But it's an okay bracket car when the transmission shifts. And while we're in here, here's yet another view of the dragster. It's getting closer. I'm right now just gathering wiring and just messing around with a few things so I can be ready by spring. This is my daily 2005 R53 Mini Cooper S. I know I don't fit the demographic for this car, but this is actually the second one I've had. So it gets 23 miles to the gallon and it goes okay. So with the exception of my little Datsun 521, my little blue pickup, which is at a friend's house, that's pretty much all of them. I've gotten rid of a few, and I still have a couple more to go. It doesn't mean I'm done, but presently I think I have enough projects to last me until probably 20 years after I'm dead. I'd like to get that down to 5 years after I'm dead. As always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'd also really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And let me know if you want to buy my Sierra Trail Boss. Thanks again. Have a great weekend, everyone.